Today I want to share with you some self-holding exercises. These are just like it sounds. They're exercises for touching ourselves that can help us feel better when we're feeling anxious or stressed out. If you're like me, you're feeling anxious and stressed out a lot these days. I don't consider myself an anxious person normally, but I feel a lot of anxiety around the COVID-19 situation and the big question of what's going to happen, and are the people that I care about going to be okay? Am I going to be okay? Is the world going to be okay? That's a lot of uncertainty. So self-holding can be really helpful. This is good basically anytime you're feeling anxious or stressed. It, I think, is especially helpful now when so many of us are in a position where the people that we might normally turn to for comforting touch aren't available. We're mammals. We get a lot of soothing from physical touch. We think of that touch as usually coming from other people, but our bodies respond in a very meaningful way even when the touch comes from ourselves. It's a wonderful tool. It's with you always. It's something that you can do. Many of these are ways of touching yourself that you can exercise in public and have it be a soothing experience. Some of them might feel a little more personal than you would want to do out in public, but hopefully you have a place that you can go and be quiet and safe and feel good about spending a few minutes giving yourself soothing touch. So there are a lot of these. All of them provide a similar sort of soothing action physically. Our emotions, of course, live in our bodies, and so the way that we treat our bodies also influences our emotions. I'll show you some of my favorites. I'll talk about others, but as an overarching guide, when you're thinking about self-soothing and self-holding, your best guide is how it feels to you. So try the exercises that I will share here. Feel free to riff on them, try variations, try different things. If none of these work for you, that's totally fine. Maybe you will experiment and find that some others are more useful. So the first self-holding exercise or sequence of exercises that I encountered was originally designed for folks who are dealing with PTSD. And in this case, you start with a firm hold on your forehead and the back of your head. I like to sort of cup the bottom of the back of my head, but of course, as I said, anything that feels good to you is really a safe bet here. There's no way of doing this wrong. I like to hold my head reasonably firmly, but not in a way that is strenuous or causes strain on my arms. This is one of my favorite holds. I find it incredibly soothing, but it's the first of a sequence where you sort of step your hands down your body. So you start here, and then you can move your hand to your heart from the back of your head. And then when you're ready, move the hand that was on your forehead to your belly button. I use this pose a lot when I'm meditating and trying to sort of bring myself into presence. And then towards the end, you take your hand and put it on the small of your back. And I find this similarly extremely soothing as compared to some of the others. So you can keep your hands in position as long as it feels good. If I'm sort of sitting down to do this exercise or this sequence, I will aim to do 30 seconds in each and just pay attention to the way my body relaxes, my breath elongates, and I feel just a bit more ease in my body. So that's one sequence of self-holding exercises. Try it out, see if you like it. Another very simple one that many of us do naturally is just a sort of self-hug. You can give yourself a friendly squeeze with this one. That can feel nice. Some people find it very soothing to clasp your face between your hands. That one doesn't always do it for me, but just now it feels quite nice. My face is warm and my hands are cool, so it feels quite soothing. So self-holding is useful because it's something that's available to us all the time. It helps our bodies sort of calm down and bring down the level of sort of the speed of our interactions and interactivity. And as I said, in a time when we are not able to get the kind of comforting touch from the people in our lives that we might want or be accustomed to, this can be a nice way of filling that gap for ourselves. I'd love to hear if you try any of these, which of them work best for you, which of them feel a little awkward. If you develop something that I didn't share here, I'd love to hear what it is. I'm always curious what works for folks.